And here is the Writer's Almanac for Sunday. It's the 21st of November, 2021. It's the birthday of the man who gave the piece of writing advice. Whenever you feel an impulse to perpetrate a piece of exceptionally fine writing, obey it wholeheartedly and delete it before sending your manuscript to press. Murder your darlings. Sir Arthurquiller-Couch, born in Cornwall, 1863, writer, anthologist. It's the birthday of Voltaire, born Paris, 1694, the great satirist, who was thrown out of Paris for the first time when he was just 21 for writing a poem critical of the king. He came back to France and then insulted the royal family again. That time they threw him into the Bastille for almost a year. Voltaire spent much of his life fleeing or being sent into exile, where he would manage to offend somebody in the country which had offered him shelter. Finally returned to Paris just before he died in 1778. He said in his final farewell, "I die adoring God, loving my friends, not hating my enemies, and detesting superstition." It's the birthday of the playwright Tina Howe, born in New York City, 1937. She went off to the Sorbonne to study philosophy, and there she saw a performance of Eugene Ionesco's The Bald Soprano, which so impressed her it changed her life. She said it was as if I'd been hit in the head with a thunderbolt. And so she decided to become a playwright herself. She said, "My goal in life was to bring the same sort of joy and anarchy and fizz and helium to female rituals that he was bringing to male rituals." Her first play was panned by critics. Play ended with a nude jumping into a wedding cake. Her second play, Museum, had 18 actors playing 44 characters, described as a surrealist comedy of manners, showing very proper upper-class people trying their best to follow social norms, even as circumstances become more and more ridiculous. And it's the birthday of the first woman to make the bestseller list in the United States, Mary Johnston, born in Buchanan, Virginia, 1870. The book was To Have and to Hold. It was the best-selling novel in 1900. Here's a poem for today by Barbara Crooker, a poem entitled For the TSA Agent, who motioned me out of line when I was en route to St. Louis, took me aside and asked, "Are you in pain?" Several days before, my back had spasmed, sending me to the ER, where I got drugs but no relief. So I winced and nodded. She fixed me with her dark eyes, put a solid arm around my shoulders, and said, "You're going to be all right." Then, swift as water flowing around rock, she snapped back into her role, hitched up her belt, motioned the next person in line to come on through. And I was left wondering what had just happened and what was I supposed to make of it. But I was in the terminal, washed in the artificial light, and the moving walkway pulled me forward, carried me away. A poem by Barbara Crooker for the TSA Agent from her collection Some Glad Morning, published by University of Pittsburgh Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.